Hi everyone, this is Alma coming to you from Long Beach, California. Today is Wednesday, July 20th of the year 2022, and this is FlossTube number 84, I believe. So as always, I want to welcome you all. Welcome back to all my current viewers and subscribers, and thank you, as always, for your continuing support. I also want to say a special thank you to anyone that's visiting for the first time. I hope that you like what you see. You find a reason to stay, subscribe, and continue to follow me on my stitching journey. I also want to say a special thank you to everybody that wished me a happy birthday on the last few videos. We had a lovely time. My parents came over here and we just went out to lunch. And this weekend we actually have family visiting from Mexico. So, well, I think they're staying for like a week and a half or something like that. I'll be spending the weekend with them at least. I'm very excited. I haven't seen them in years, so I'm very excited about that. I do have quite a bit to show you today, so without further ado, let's get to the stitching. And first up is one of my focus pieces for the year. This is Heaven Earth Designs chart called The Eternal Promise. Artwork is by Matt Stewart. He's got quite a few Lord of the Ring themed pieces with Haid. This is one of them. This is Aragorn and Arwen. And this is one of the big ones for me. As it is, I've just hit 27,000 stitches on this, and that's barely 6% of the entire design. So obviously I stopped working on this for a bit while I was focusing on, I go like this. I have the fairies hanging here. So if I do that, I'll probably do that a couple more times throughout the video. But anyway, I stopped working on this while I was focusing on the fairy. However, the goal is to do at least 4,500 stitches on this every month, at least. Which it sounds like, I'm gonna say like I'm super proud of it, but you know, that'll keep me on track to finish in under 8 years. But who knows, you know, maybe I'll crank it up a little bit more and just do more, but then I know that I have a lot of other projects that I want to focus on, or at least add stitches to. As it is, my main focus the last week, because I've only been stitching on this for a week, so mind you, I've done over 3,000 stitches on this in less than a week. Most of my stitching has been focused on this section right here, because that just happened to be where my Q-snap was. But now that I've taken the Q-snap off, I'll probably go back up now, because I do want to finish. At first I was just gonna do the entire border, but I've decided I'll just go ahead and finish section by section. So yeah, so I'll go back up and just finish this entire area right here along with the border, because as you can see, I haven't added the border section to this section, the border section to this section. Oof. Anyway, you'll definitely see this around a lot, probably every single video from now on. So yeah, it's right now, like, I'm very inspired. I have one more month of summer vacation left, so I'll definitely take advantage of that and keep stitching on this as much as I can, because I know that right now it's easy to say, oh yeah, I'll do 4,500 stitches on this every month, but like, you know, once school starts, that may not be as easy to do. Another piece that I've been working on regularly is a piece that I'm doing for my daily 30 piece. This is Lilac Evening, which is a Riolis kit I got from my sister. I started this in February of 2019. I just figured she's one of my older pieces, so I really should get to work on her a lot more. And you know me and paper patterns, like, I've gotten spoiled by Pattern Keeper and I don't like working on paper patterns as much anymore. So the daily 30 prompt is definitely one way of making me work on them, because I don't have to worry about counting stitches. I just do it by time. So this is where we're at so far. I'll go ahead and lift it up so you can see the entire image. So I finally done with the hat, because there was a lot of details in that hat. I don't know if you can see all the different kind of stitches. There's like 1 strand across stitch, 2 strand cross stitch, there's half stitches in there, there's blended threads. There was a lot. Like every time I thought I was done with that section, there was something else that I needed to stitch on. But I'm finally out of there. So you can see I've already started on her dress here. So I'm very excited about that. I'll go ahead and keep working on her. As it is, I haven't picked her up in like 2 days though. So there's that. Another piece that I've been working on regularly is my Carolina Manning Designs chart. This is Sea Glass, which I started as a part of the Manic Manning Sal of 2020. This goes to show how old this is. So I guess I started this around the same time as I started the Midnight Ferry, the Midnight Stroll. But this one I am making good progress on. Again, fell a little behind after, or as a result of focusing on the ferry, but slowly but surely catching up. I'm working on this piece section by section. Me and some friends of mine have picked a piece that we split up into 12 different sections. The idea is we do a section a month, and by the end of the year we'll have a finished piece. So I fell behind by 2 months. There were 2 months where I didn't work on this because I was working on the ferry. So this month I already did like 1 part, and I'm working on the second part that I need to do. So this month and next month I have to do 2 parts to get caught up. I have 1,000 stitches left to do in order to finish that second part that I have to do for this month. I'm at 57% done with this piece, so very exciting. And it's really fast stitching. I mean, I can really just find like 1 or 2 colors, because they all pretty much appear in clumps together like this. So it's really quick stitching. And then yeah, just go crazy with it until I finish that section, and before I know it, I already have like 800 stitches done. So so it's really good, and I can easily count stitches with this, because at this point I know that every small triangle is 10 stitches, and all the, like these diamonds right here, they're 41. So I just take that into consideration when I have my prompts. It's like, okay, if I have to stop at 200, then this is this many diamonds or this many triangles. Another piece that I'm working on currently, but I'll stop in a little bit, is one of my Chilton Crafts charts. This is Till Death Do Us Part, and artwork is by Danielle Kordick. This was a gift to me from Candace, a fellow cross-stitcher that lives here in California as well. She gifted this to me, so we started it together on my birthday. I guess it was 2020 as well, because last year, I keep forgetting that last year was No New Starts. So we started this together, and I really wanted to hit the 10% mark on this, which is why I've been working on it so regularly. I said I'm at 9 point something percent, so I only have 1,000 more stitches to go on this. Go ahead and take this off. I have 1,000 stitches to go on this before I hit the 10% mark. So this is what we're at right now. The bulk, if not all of my stitching, has been on this section right here. So this is actually the spider. There's a little spider over there on that corner. So there's like 3 legs that are sticking out of that squiggly border that goes all around the image. So it's 1, 2, and then like the edge of the 3rd leg is right here. So real quick, again, real quick stitching. I'm working on this while I watch TV with my boyfriend, or if he's playing a game and I'm just watching along. This is really easy to work on, so I think I'll get those 1,000 stitches done in no time, and then I'll probably put it away. The idea, or the plan is to move back down here. So once I finish the corner over here with the black, I'll move to this side again, and then just work on my way to the side. Just keep going row by row. But I will keep going on the black though, I think. Just because I don't want to leave it all for the end, especially when it comes, like, if doing that for the rows of pages won't be as much of an issue, because at that point it'll just be on these two edges. Like the black will just be on those two edges. But once I get to the bottom and I have to do this top border, but well, it'll be bottom, but you know what I mean. That's gonna be real tedious. So I'll see what I can do about just constantly keeping working on the black, so I don't have to be stuck in a sea of black again. I feel like I'll forever remember Hogwarts for that. Just all the black, all the black. So yeah, so I think you'll see this again next week when I get those stitches done. And then the last piece I want to show you is one that I started for my birthday. I didn't start on the actual 13th, I started on the 15th. Me and my friend Laurel Ann here on FlossTube, we both started this piece together. This is called Illustrated Manuscript 2, and the designer is Barbara Ann Richter. This was my unicorn, well, the partner, I should say, the partner of this chart was my unicorn piece for a while. Both came from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine, and I'm not sure what issue this was from, but the second one came from the September-October issue of 1991. So I wasn't even born when this came out. Anyway, so I've been working on it, chipping away at it. It ended up being a very rough start. We both, Laurel and I started together, and we both struggled. We both had to frog at one point or another. I think, well, did she have to frog? I think she just had counting issues or something like that. I started in the center, so this is my start. And I'm doing this on a 32 count cream Lugana Zweigart. It's nothing fancy. Just got it from 123 Stitch. But I decided to start in the center. So that right there is the dress. And I think this is actually her arm too. Like the outline of her arm. And Laurel started on the corner. She started on the corner, regretted her decisions. So she started here. She started on the leaf. She's made her way to this little snake that's wrapping itself around the border here. But yeah, we both struggled for different reasons. I skipped a row, so I had to frog like 50 stitches. It was an experience. But yeah, now I have like maybe 250 something stitches done. Again, paper pattern, so I don't necessarily like counting my stitches on this. So I may also use it for the daily 30 prompts, weekly prompts or something like that, that you can just use time with as opposed to stitch count. So yeah, because the goal is to get 1,000 stitches, because that was one of the goals, one of the New Year's resolutions that I made for myself as a stitcher. I wanted to do 1,000 stitches on every single one of my whips. So since this is a brand new whip, I'm still excited to be working on it. I figured, okay, we'll just do 500 stitches for July, and then maybe 500 stitches in August, and then just move on to another piece. And then, you know, if I do feel called to keep working on it, then just add more stitches. But yeah, I guess that's really all that I had to show you today. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to stitch as much this weekend. That's another reason why I wanted to film today, is because I knew I was going to be busy over the weekend. But I did want to take the opportunity to kind of show you what I've been working on the last couple of weeks. The plan is to go ahead and finish up those 1,000 stitches on sea glass and Till Death Do Us Part, as well as yeah, just try to keep going on the Illustrator manuscript. Just chipping away, maybe just do one length of floss a day or something like that, and then just count the stitches at the end of the day. That's one thing like about starting in the center, is that entire section is full coverage, so counting the stitches won't be, I mean, once I fill it in, counting the stitches isn't too much of an issue. It's not like I have to do with specialty stitches. I'll have to do that eventually, but it's not like I have to deal with that right now. But yeah, I'm excited to be working on this. This has just been on my waiting list, on my to-do list for forever. I was very excited to start it. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this quick visit. As always, if you have any questions about anything you saw today, feel free to drop a comment below. It is the middle of the week, so I hope you all have a remaining, you know, a very productive remainder of the week. I hope you have a relaxing weekend, and you always find the time to do the thing that makes you happy. Until next time, ciao!